Hello and welcome back. I'm Deirdre and today I'm going to be talking about design, but designing your life as opposed to and including your environment. But first I'd like to say a big thank you to my wonderfully loyal tribe of subscribers because you overwhelm me. It's such a wonderful thing to have you all in my life in this extraordinary way. And your comments are great, and I really am quite overwhelmed by how kind and supportive and, well, flattering, which is sort of embarrassing, but you know, you say great things, and I would just like to say thank you. And obviously anybody who would like to join me on this journey, please subscribe, follow me on Instagram, do all of those things. And today I want to talk about something that so many of my fabulous tribe have said, which is that I inspire them, and I think that's extraordinary. I'm amazed by this. I didn't set out to be inspirational. I just it was you were my accountability buddies to make me get through that huge job of decluttering that big house and decluttering it again and then packing it up and getting out, and then also to keep me accountable to get my new home into the sort of place that I wanted it to be, to make it into the home that it is now. And you've been so great with me on this trip. And of course I've painted something because, you know, I always paint something, but please, it's not finished, it's only the first coat, so it's really patchy, but it'll give you an idea. Yeah, I know, it's that brown cupboard that I talked about last week, but anyway. So what I wanted to say, and I'm not sure how to go about it, and I've started this about 23 times, so I'll just come out and do stream of consciousness with you. The inspirational thing. If I'm inspirational, then I am incredibly grateful for that, because if my life can be in some way helpful to another person, that's all I can ask of it. I really do feel like that. I just get up in the morning and I smile and I go about my day and I work hard, and now I come home to this lovely place where I don't have to worry about anything, and that's also pretty fabulous. But I really don't set out to be. I think I was gifted with a great sort of optimistic personality. Sometimes I think the people who are a bit pessimistic may be right, given the things that are happening in our world at the moment, but I can't be that person. It isn't in me, I'm afraid. And while I know that there is horror and terror, and I mean, I work with a man who is a refugee, and I know he will have gone through terrible things. I have known many of my friends have come from those sorts of situations, and I know that they have gone through terror, and some of them have shared their stories with me, and some do not, and because they want to leave it behind them, leave the troubles behind. And I think that's a good thing for them. It's whatever works for each of us. And that's a little bit about the way I go about my life, is that my life it's been interesting, shall we say. What's the Irish curse? May you have an interesting life. Well, somebody cursed me with that one at some point, because life has thrown really big things at me, and I haven't dodged them all. I've dodged a few of them, and looking back, you know, you go, phew, he was a bullet I dodged. You know, you could easily say that. But yeah, bullets I have dodged and other stories of hope. I have a half-written book like that. And I have just gone ahead with my life in the situation that I'm in, and I'm not a worrier. I try not to worry because it is pointless for me. I will think about something, I'll see how I can solve it, and if I can't solve it, I will just get on with the next thing I can do, and that's the best that I can offer for myself. So with my home, what I've done is I've got this beautiful place, and I'm in the position of being able to make it into the home that I would like. So I have been able to do a few little handy projects, which you've been so supportive about, and I will continue to do those things. I've got a couple of nice little ones that I'm waiting on a chance to do, but I've been so busy. And also though, I sort of feel like once I've made a nest, that you put yourself into it. So I would encourage all of you, any of you, whatever age, gender, sexuality, colour, creed, anything, all of you, to just say, hang on a minute, what can I do in my space to make my little place whether it be your physical environment or your emotional environment. How can I make this better? Is the way that I'm thinking about it helping me, or is it just making me feel worse? And I mean, I don't want to be Pollyanna-ish about this, because, you know, we've all faced, or many of us have faced pretty, you know, tough times, and it's not okay to just say, oh, well, it doesn't matter. It isn't that it doesn't matter, it's that, does it hurt me more to let myself go down that rabbit hole of worry and anxiety and terror about the future? And it doesn't. And so I do tend to think, right, well, today, right now, I'm in a really, really good place. I love my life, and surprisingly, I have found out that I love living alone. I really was concerned about it. I was quite, I wouldn't say I was frightened, but I wasn't looking forward to it. My older son had left when he married, and it was only a few months before I moved. So I'd spent some time before I moved living alone, but it was it was quite a stressful time. And, you know, you were with me, you had me packing up, and I was very, very busy. But since I got here, I've really felt at home, and it's not that I'm alone. I really don't feel alone, and I don't know how to explain this other than to say I feel quite whole as just myself. I think that's part of the reason that I found it quite easy to make my space beautiful, and to make my space just a sort of an eclectic mix of all the things that I've enjoyed over the years. I don't feel at all that I have to think about how I used them before and be constrained by that. So this has been really fun. In fact, a girlfriend said a while ago that, you know, she loved seeing how I'd used things in different ways, and how they had come from the other house, and then how they were different here, but they're the same things, and I've used them in different ways. So that's what I've been up to. And now I'm going to go and show you what I've been painting, of course, because I always paint something. Well, there you are. You knew that was coming, didn't you? I have painted the brown cabinet. And yes, it's only one coat, that's what I mean, it's not finished, so please don't judge me. It's a terrible motley coat. It isn't covering fully yet, but I do like it. And, you know, in the context of the entrance, you know, now there's, you know, the grey mirror, and coming round to a grey cabinet. Now I may make it slightly darker, only slightly, but in the grey, just to make it, to distinguish it a little bit from the mirror. But I really like the way that works. I think the whole sort of entranceway is brightened by it, and in the end, that's what it's all about. Now, the other thing that's changed as you come down into the bathroom is I have a great new shower head. Oh, thank you, Tom. My son came and put it on for me last night, and so this morning I had a fabulous shower, and no more running around trying to catch those little needly bits of thin water. That's a fabulous rainhead shower, and with a bit of instant plumbing by my son, which is lovely. So that's all that's really changed this week, is the cabinet, and I'm pleased. I knew that it would lighten the area, and it does. As I say, I might take it a tiny bit darker just to distinguish it a bit from the grey that I've used on the mirror, but apart from that, I'm really happy with it. And oh, and hey, look, hair's out, because I've actually had it cut, which is sort of nice, I think. I'm not sure. It'll, you know, it's still nice and smooth from being, you know, blow dried and things. So tomorrow, after I've washed it, it will be back to its crinkly best. Just going like, you know, it's actually quite good. It looks like I've just been out in the salt and the sun. Next week, what am I doing? I will have the kitten. I will have Aslan with me to entertain you, entertain me. And I will either do the entrance, which I've been sort of hanging back from doing. I'm not sure what else. I might start painting the big dark cabinet. There are a few things I want to fix in there before I start doing that. So I hope my stream of consciousness at the beginning didn't make you want to go away and run away and jump off a high cliff. I will get on with designy things next week, and I've got a couple of little projects I have to do. Get out my little saws and my hammers and my drills, and make a couple of things with you. So there are things to come that are not me sitting here talking about myself, which I really find difficult. As I say, you're my inspiration, guys. You keep me on track. You are my accountability buddies. So follow along if you like this sort of thing, and subscribe, follow me on Instagram, and I'll be back next week, probably Thursday with a bit of luck. I've got a really busy week again. So I hope that whatever you're doing, you're having a wonderful day and wonderful week, and I will see you soon. Bye.